The Dean Blundell Show may contain subject matter that could be considered offensive by some. Listener discretion is advised.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart, that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop.
The Dean Blundell Show. 102.1
This is your Edgefiles with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Time for your Edgefiles. The Beliebers is at it again. Yesterday, apparently caught in the act, horking on some people. Here in the city of Toronto, the city he loves, the fans that made him who he is. He thought he'd share some of his saliva with them.
This is from his hotel room, was it?
Yeah, in Yorkville. I think he's at the Shangri-La. No, he's at the Four Seasons, I think. Who knows? Photo snap yesterday in Toronto where Beliebers was perched atop his hotel balcony, spitting. Worth noting, hordes of fans gathered outside his window hotel room all day long.
Mouths
underneath
open,
them.
like baby birds.
I want some! That's how crazy these people are. I'm looking at pictures of them, and they're all just like a bunch of little... And I hate to stereotype a Bieber fan negatively, but they're all just a bunch of little fat girls.
Not to paint with a wide brush.
No,
or anything,
or a heavy one. Multiple people accused now of him spitting as a weapon, including some woman at the gym, a neighbor, most recently a nightclub DJ. Now add that to pissing in a mop bucket. He is just awesome.
What is going on?
An hour late for his show last night.
Oh, I wondered.
Really upsetting parents.
Well, it's past bedtimes.
For him, too.
Yeah.
What a dick.
He's going to get grounded.
Anyway, we have some more of that for you coming up a little closer to 6:45 this morning, so hold on, because we got a chance to talk to his mom and got kicked out of the book signing yesterday. 2 women make the Edgefiles. Imagine that, 2 women, yeah. Rock Buffalo Bluff State Park rescued off-duty firefighter rescued only to drown a couple minutes later when they accidentally drove their car into the ocean.
What?
Yeah. Do you remember the story of the rehabilitated sea lion during the Exxon Valdez spill? They spent like $100,000 rehabilitating this thing in this oil spill, and then they big production. They invite everybody out, and then they go set it free. And then instantly after they set it free, gets eaten by like a killer whale.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. 2 chicks, Melissa Moyer, 38, and her longtime friend, 37, Amy Steiner, who was 5 months pregnant. Sad story. Go hiking in the Bluff State Park. End up getting lost due to a heavy storm. It was getting dark. They called for help. Women were found nearby by a landowner and gave them rides back to his house on his ATV. Once there, the warden picked them up, dropped them off at their vehicle in the state park's parking lot. Well, it could have been one of those stories that they probably were laughing about when they were leaving, turned even more disastrous. Heavy fog contributed to accidentally them driving down a boat ramp into the ocean.
This road sounds like wood.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
That's... When you're meant to go, you're meant to go.
Can you imagine that conversation right before it happened, too? Yeah. Can you believe we got lost? That was unbelievable. That was so scary. Oh, my God. We almost were goners. Oh, man. Whoosh. The end of the road becomes the boat landing. They weren't familiar with it. It was foggy. The women called 911 for help, stating the car was filling with water. Before that, the line went dead. And you know what happens. Yeah, sad story. Isn't it?
Poor Thelma and Louise.
And a 79-year-old Berkeley man facing criminal charges after police said he had sexual contact with a $40,000 show horse at a private stable here. Now, I don't... This is me. Does it matter how much the horse costs?
No, a horse is a horse, of course.
Maybe they were saying, hey, it wasn't that bad because he picked a really nice horse.
Yeah. Got to give him credit for having good taste.
In St. Louis, it happened. Lawrence Jones, it's not the worst because it was a great horse.
Right, yeah.
He had good taste.
He won races.
2 counts of unlawful sexual contact with an animal, 1 law of trespassing. They said stable personnel at Ace Riding Stables first saw Jones inappropriately touching a horse March 31st, but ran out before workers could stop him. Workers once again spotted Jones inappropriately touching the same female horse. That's good news. At least it was a female, I guess.
An apple?
Should never do.
Want some sugar? I got some in my hand.
Workers again spotted him touching the same horse, and this time they cornered him because his pants were around his ankles and he fell off the milk crate.
That's a big horse.
Yeah.
Or he's a little guy.
When they caught him, he admitted that he did have some fun with the horse, but claims he had a history of working with horses and was just examining the animal with his privates.
I'm taking your temperature now. Okay? Don't kick me. Don't kick me. Some more sugar.
Yeah. The animal's owner contacted the police, who said the show horse is worth about $40,000, but didn't appear to be injured at all. So, no one ever asks the animal if they were into it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't mind it at all.
Those are your Edgefiles, whatever the hell day it is, in July, the year 2013.
The Edgefiles
On 102.1,
The Edge.
The Dean Blundell Show.
It's going to scar me for life and it's going to haunt me forever. Even at an old age.
102.1,
I don't know how you put up with it.
The Edge.
Talked about Justin Bieber yesterday. He played a show here in the city, and I don't like talking about him anymore just because he drives me more nuts talking about him than you listening to me talk about him. But his mom was in town for a book signing because the Biebs takes every opportunity to make some cash for him and his family. He's made $110 million this year already. Just through endorsements and shows.
Wow,
and being
that's
a
in
dickhead.
spite of all his bad press and everything, too.
Which he got again yesterday. He was at his hotel in Yorkville, horked all over some people. Down below, it was like he dropped one of them loogie bombs, I used to call them when I was in high school.
Oh.
Hey, let's do a loogie bomb. So I got to get it because he should be in high school still. But he leans over the railing. There's a picture of it on TMZ. I'll put it on my Twitter feed, at It's Dean Blundell. You can have a look. But he does one of these. You know, do you ever have like a kid brother or sister where you lean over and you like drop, like get the loogie to kind of go down and then come back up?
Oh,
So it's this big long hanger.
when I was 10.
And it's coming out of his mouth, and he's spitting on his fans. These little obese girls.
Because they look hungry? Or?
Yeah, little hungry. And he's like, "Here, how you go, hungry girls?
Mama bird. Mama bird.
So anyway, the book signing was yesterday. His mom was signing copies of her book. It's all about her drive to pimp out her kid.
Yeah.
And Sean and Nicole were there, and you guys got some audio. Now we'll start with Nicole because she's dying to get on the radio.
She
again.
loves this radio business.
Just can't stop it.
I do.
Yeah,
That's true.
I know.
She just coughs really loud while we're on the air and stuff.
Yeah, and claps all the time. And that's my clap in the back. That's me clapping. Anyway, Nicole went to the book signing, and it was at Queen and John. It was all lined up. The Bieber mom book signing, right?
Yeah. Well, when you got upstairs in chapters,
It was.
lined up
Hang on.
through-
It was. It was lined up outside or inside.
inside.
Okay.
Yeah, it was lined up like through all the aisles, and like it was about a 2-hour wait apparently.
Just to get your book signed by some.
Yeah, and
Some
it looked like you
spitter's
couldn't
mom.
even get close to her. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't even like touch her or get very close because there was
Like,
some-
would you have to hand the book to someone to give to her?
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't even hand the
really?
book to her yourself?
No.
That's
You-
interesting because Bill Clinton, you could just hand him the book when he was in town signing.
Yeah, you
it.
could like
Yeah.
And he was the president of the goddamn United States.
give him a noogie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had to hand your book to this girl, and then she took it. Patty his
Mallette.
name. Patty Mallette. She'd sign the book and then hand it back to the person and back to the girl.
Yeah.
So Sean and I got in there, and it was all like 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds wearing like teeny tiny little shorts. It was kind of gross. It was
Yeah.
really weird. especially
Yeah, well,
for
the parents,
Sean.
you know why? It's because the parents are a-holes. The parents of all those kids are bad
Yeah,
parents.
they don't
Yeah.
really love
If
them.
you were there, if you sent your kid down there yesterday, you're a bad parent.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so all these kids of these bad parents wearing tight shirts, but people freaking out, like girls crying
Oh my
just to
God.
meet the Biebs' mom.
Well, we were talking to girls in line, and then I turned around, and there's this girl collapsed on the floor, just bawling her eyes out. I'm like, did she get like punched or something like that?
Yeah, she's
So I'm
sick.
like, so we went over there, and we talked to her, and she's like, I just love him so much, and I would do anything to meet him. And her and her friend were just bawling. They were.
Are you serious?
They were hysterical.
Did you see this too?
Yeah,
Sean?
I did.
What were they? Because you're a pretty discerning guy, and most of the time you really don't care. But was it weird to see people freaking out like
Yeah,
that?
I didn't feel very comfortable there at all.
Why is that?
It was a very young crowd, and I didn't want to ask them questions due to the nature of the book and everything. And
Plus, you look like you might want to throw.
Yeah,
like the way
I
you
felt like a
dress.
predator.
Well, the way you dress and
Feel like one.
the way you dress and the way you look like you might want to chuck one of them in a van.
yeah, probably.
Anyone here want to help me move?
No, I saw them crying though, and it wasn't a good sight.
Well, coming
rolling
up,
around on the ground.
No, you guys brought some clips, right? So what are we going to hear coming up in just a second here? It's you and Nicole. Now you guys get Nicole. You charmed the pants off the PR people, right?
Yeah, Nicole's great.
And what did you? Yeah, I know. We've already established.
Sorry.
She's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
So you chat it. Don't mouth him off because you're new. You're way newer than him.
Yeah.
No, I was saying thank you.
No. Okay then. So you charmed the pants off these people and got brought to the front of the line. But we have clips from the front of the line and people in the line coming up.
Yeah.
Including Crying Girl, right?
And Crying Girl, who also met Bieber's grandma.
And that was a highlight.
That was a highlight. Yeah.
Bieber's grandma's not that old, eh?
Well, his mom's like...
Yeah, his mom's like 22 or something like that.
Yeah, she had him when she was 3, I think.
Yeah, and I should also add that the girl also took a picture of Bieber's grandma, like drying her hands, and she just looked decrepit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
It was awesome.
Well, we'll have that for you coming up next as Bieber hits town for one of 2 sold-out shows. Man, hour late, spitting on fans, and people still pay to see that puke. It's awesome.
You're listening to the Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
So here's the deal. The Biebs is in town. Justin Bieber, the king of the pukes. He's in town. He brought his little wiener with him and spit on some people yesterday in front of his hotel. But what he does is everywhere he goes, his mom goes, right? Because someone's got to keep an eye on him just to make sure he doesn't completely douche out. And his mom took advantage to do a book signing because she just wrote a book. Now, Nicole and Sean went down to the book signing itself. Her name is Patty Mallette. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And there was a line, like how many, a couple thousand people there for this?
I don't think, probably a couple hundred.
A couple hundred?
Yeah.
And she's written a couple books now, right? Or is this the same book that she wrote?
No, this is the same book that she wrote, but it's a teen version, so it's about like that much.
Oh, it's got way, way bigger print and way
more
smaller
pictures.
Words.
Less pages, yeah.
Yeah, for the average Bieber fan.
Yeah.
Lots of illustration,
it's a
maybe.
Pamphlet.
Some coloring.
Yeah.
A little pop-up.
Basically.
So you guys got a chance to sit down and talk to some of these people, not just in line, but what we're going to hear are a few clips now. This first one is what would you say? What would you say to Patty, Justin Bieber's mom, if you got a chance to meet her? Is that correct?
Yeah, I also asked a couple of them what they would say to Justin. They just lost their minds.
Oh, did they really? Well, here's the first clip. Have a listen.
I don't know. It'd be too much to say.
I would say like
If you ever wondered why our humanity is going down the toilet, this is the number one reason, because of people like this.
I love you so much, and can I get a picture in the hug?
I would say no. I would say like you're so like inspiring and like yeah.
I would probably say like.
Did you hear that one?
Like, yeah.
Inspiring and like yeah.
You like, yeah.
I would probably say like thank you, because like she's such an inspiration, and like I just really love her. She's like a second mom, sort of, like even though she has no idea who we are. Yeah.
Oh man.
She's a second mom, even though she doesn't know who we are.
She's like a second mom, sort of, like even though she has no idea who we are. Yeah.
Isn't that part of it? You should know who your kids are.
Yeah. Well, maybe she is her mother. Who knows?
This is clip number 2 now. You're asking if she's a role model, or what's the question here?
Usually, like I just asked like why she's an inspiration. Is she a role model? Like,
oh, just a follow-up question.
What has she done?
Yeah.
What has she done?
Yeah, what has she done to inspire your life? And stuff?
Just some drugs. I think she tried to off herself by stepping in front of a bus, that kind of stuff. Too bad she wasn't an inspiration in that regard, huh?
Too little.
Why is Patty such an inspiration to you, or is she?
She's an inspiration to me. Also, like she's a role model, and of course Justin.
That's the only reason, really. You know?
Why is Patty such an inspiration to you, or is she?
She's an inspiration to me. Also, like she's a role model. And
you know, see how hard it is for a Belieber to say the word inspiration? Did you hear that? Listen to this.
She's an inspiration to me. Also, like she's a role model, and of course Justin.
Of course.
That's the only reason.
Of course, Justin. Here's another question. She will help girls around the world, apparently. This is it.
Have you read her book?
I have. It was really good, and it was very inspirational to me, and like I'm sure it'll help like a bunch of other girls around like America and all over the world.
Just around America, though.
Just around America, though. Is that what she said here?
Yeah, just around America. We're in Canada.
And it was very inspirational to me, and like I'm sure it'll help like a bunch of other girls around like America and all over the world.
Do you wonder, like, do you ever get discouraged? Like, was it discouraging when you went? Because you're pretty young. What are you, like 24?
23.
23. Nicole, the call screener's 20. How old are you, Sean? You're 24.
24. Yeah.
Did you get? And Sean is like unbelievably stupid. But did you get discouraged when you went down there for the future of society?
I was really sad for them. I was like, how can they stand in line just to meet a woman who wrote a terrible book? And I couldn't understand why they were so in love with them. Because I remember being like 13, 14 and liking Orlando Bloom because he was cute. But I never I wouldn't show up.
You wouldn't
to
go and
things.
stand in line
for his mother
to meet a relative.
No, I'd go see his movies, but that's about it. Like that's the extent of my fandom.
This is the girl who just was wailing and crying.
She was awesome.
Was she really?
She was perfect.
What are you girls here for?
Patty. To see Justin's mom.
This side of the escalator, please, if you don't mind.
Sure, sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay. So what brought you here? You're here to see Justin's mom?
I read your book, it's so inspiring.
When did you read it?
Like when I didn't get the teen version yet, but I got like the other one.
And you guys are obviously huge fans.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
He's just such like, I don't know, I just love him so much.
You joking?
Not a word of a lie.
Is that real? Are they really crying?
They were actually
You didn't put that
hysterical.
on.
No. They were actually like
They were on the
laying
floor.
on the floor at one point.
How far away from her were they before they started this crying routine? Were they crying the closer they were getting?
Well, no, they were crying already. Like they were crying as they were coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
And then there was like a back part where she was taking interviews with like different news outlets.
Yeah.
And then there was
because
the front.
everybody wants to know what she's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then there was the front where she was going to go sign.
I'd rather hear a medley of Stevie Wonder farts than ask her what she thinks.
But they were waiting there, and any time that she would even, like, they would be like, Patty's coming in 10 minutes, they'd be like, ah, and scream and lay on the floor.
Listen to this. I want you folks to shut the music off for a second. I want you to listen to the audio of this. These are girls. This is how... It's a curse. This guy has cursed young, stupid girls. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not even taking that back. Listen to how in trouble we are. Listen to this. This is to meet Justin Bieber's mother.
What are you girls here for?
Patty. To see Justin's mom.
This side of the escalator, please, if you don't mind.
Sure, sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay. So what brought you here? You're here to see Justin's mom?
I read your book, it's so inspiring.
When did you read it?
Like when I didn't get the teen version yet, but I got like the other one.
And you guys are obviously huge fans.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
He's just such like, I don't know, I just love him so much.
Hey, ladies.
I'm pretty sure if he spit on them, they'd bottle it up.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
They'd shower in it.
They would.
God damn it. That's hilarious. Well, we've got four more clips coming up, including Sean getting kicked out. And that apparently is the best part of the whole thing.
So quick.
This is unbelievable. I cannot believe this is great stuff, you guys.
I read your book, it's so inspiring.
When did you read it?
Like when I didn't get the teen version yet, but I got like the other one.
And you guys are obviously huge fans.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
He's just such like, I don't know, I just love him so much.
Well done, girls.
Yeah.
Boys. Girls.
Boys.
This is the Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
Sean and Nicole got a chance to catch up with the Biebs and his fans. Now, the clips that they brought back yesterday. Now, Bieber's mom had a book signing, and just so everybody knows, I happen to believe that this could be the end of the world.
Yeah, we're heading there.
Just see Patty. To see Justin's mom.
This side of the
But I'm told the clips get better. Now, this is keeping fans entertained. This is what does this mean? Keeping fans entertained. This clip. Explain what we're going to hear.
I labeled it because they were just keeping them at bay, I guess, until his mom came out, and it seemed very simple to do. I thought it was funny.
If I say anything, will you scream? Pizza.
What did they say? Pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah.
They just said
He was doing a
pizza
little
and they
social
screamed
experiment.
Hamburgers?
Hamburger.
Oh, this is like Jesus Christ.
This guy was awesome.
Yeah.
Bieber's favorite food, spaghetti.
Jeez. Favorite foods. People were cheering for their favorite foods. Pizza, hamburgers, and spaghetti.
Yeah.
Okay, who's this meeting the Biebs' grandma? Which one?
Oh, this was the hysterical girl who was like, I just need to meet him. And she
Oh, the
freaked
girl
out.
that was crying?
The one that was on the floor.
Okay, here. I'm going to listen.
Grandmother's here.
I just met Justin Bieber's grandma, and she said she loves me.
Did you give her a hug or anything?
Yes. She has like the softest skin ever.
Yeah. This is real.
Oh my god, I just.
What was it like?
She's just. Oh my god, I love her so much. She's. I don't know.
Yep.
Hey, chick's dad, get more involved in her life.
Yeah, you need to take this girl to a psychologist to see if anything happened at summer camp.
Are you gonna like give this to Justin Bieber?
I might.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love you so much. Please do it. Please do it. I love you, Justin, so much. If you meet him, you have to bring me with you. I just want to meet you so bad. Justin, you're my idol, and I'd do anything to meet you. I'd pay all the money in the world if I had it.
Wow, there's
I'd
a
pay all
scam
the
waiting
money
to
in the
happen.
world if I had it.
There is a scam waiting to happen right there.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, that
This
is
thing is
sad.
It's a cash cow.
Yeah. Who, him?
No.
Or his mom.
Or his
This
mom.
whole like empire that
Mom's a
they've built
cash
of. Yeah. Yeah. Literally.
Are you upset at all that you didn't get to meet Justin's grandma?
Well, yeah, but I just really have to go to the bathroom, and I'm just.
I have to go to the bathroom. I really had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that
you
was-
upset you didn't get to me. Yeah, but I just had to go pee so bad.
Are you upset at all that you didn't get to meet Justin's grandma?
Well, yeah, but I just really have to go to the bathroom, and I'm just so excited to be here right now. I don't even know.
She's holding it.
What if you did get to meet his grandma?
I'd be dead right now. Like, I don't know.
If I'd be dead?
Yep.
That's what she said? If she didn't get to meet Justin Bieber's grandma, she'd be dead?
That was the friend of the girl who got to meet Justin's grandma. His grandma.
Oh.
I'd be dead right now. Like, I don't know. It'd be so important.
What if that was just her normal voice?
Probably is. That is unbelievable. This is like a study in how sick our world is. The last clip we have here now, Sean, maybe you can explain this one.
Okay, so Nicole got us in pretty good with the people that work there and the media and everything.
Yeah.
And they didn't want us kind of like standing off to the side. So they put us in the media pit. So we were right there, like where she walked by, like right to get to her desk. So
Seriously?
we were like 2 feet away from her.
Now, tell me before we hear the clip, did Mrs. Bieber hear the clip? Did the Biebs' mom hear it? Did she hear you say
I have it on video, and she looks over at me when I call out her name.
Oh, really?
So I think she heard it, and her security definitely heard it.
Why? What happened after?
I got removed.
Mission accomplished.
And talented Patty Mallette.
Patty, did it hurt when you pooped out Justin?
Come on, get out here, man.
Why?
Bro, come on,
Did it hurt when you pooped out Justin?
Lovely and talented Patty Mallette.
Patty, did it hurt when you pooped out Justin?
It just goes silent.
Huh?
Come on, get out here, man.
Why?
Bro, come on, sorry, I put them there. They're friends with
You can hear the guy saying, sorry, I put them in there. They're friends with that girl.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, drughead. Well done, Nicole, the call screener. The overeager call screener.
Amazing.
Well done, you two.
The Dean Blundell Show.
I have some bad things to say about those people. Friggin', I heard it. Flying through my friggin' damn wall.
The Dean Blundell Show.
Boom, man.
102.1.
Friggin', I knew it.
The Edge.
And now, the Dean Blundell Show presents The Week in Review. Yes. It's true. Week in Review.
You know, I wish the Biebs was in town like earlier in the week so we could have included these, because this is just the sadness of all sadnesses. This is the darkness of all darknesses.
Are you upset at all that you didn't get to meet Justin's grandma?
Well, yeah, but I just really have to go to the bathroom, and I'm just so excited to be here right now. I don't even know.
Girl's crying because she didn't get to meet Justin Bieber's grandmother because she had to go to the bathroom. God. Her mom must have done so much crack. Which leads us to your week in review. You know, I mean, I wouldn't have sex with it. I might whip up a batch of pudding in it. Osama bin Laden, but fast forward.
And the chills have absolutely nothing to do with how cold it is here.
Paddling a canoe up the Panama Canal.
I'm told the labor's progressing normally.
Yes.
You had whoof, all over it.
Oh, the SNC 52! Oh my God!
I would rather stick both hands in my own mouth and clap. Play the one about the poop.
Nobody I don't care that I could walk in the store and get the part.
Yeah, she's like a Pez dispenser.
Whacking off.
Whacking it off big time.
Know what you gonna do.
Going to change your name from Mildred to Smooth Ride. Hot dog down a hallway. He's like 6'9", but he'll have a little tiny hammer. Chick that can tuck her boobs into her pants, talking to a woman that has babies for other people professionally.
Hi, Dean Blundell.
You always sending me peanut butter and honey when I want peanut butter and jelly.
Hi.
Mr. Pickle in the ass guy.
Yes, I said.
Go back to where you came from. Are you?
Pooping on his lawn is giving birth through the royal hoo-ha.
Tap it, tap it, tap it.
It appears she squirted it out into her sweatpants.
One day I can go on the lake. God damn!
Car lover pounded out pork tenderloin with like a Tic Tac on the end. She'll be all over your blind nuts.
My numb nuts.
It's like America's a-hole.
Want to go to the lake?
Two naked actors engaging in mayonnaise enemas.
The royal gynecologist.
He's the royal gynecologist. That's his job. I kid you not. Full steamer ahead. Tuck the boobs into their pants.
Start talking like this.
And he's grabbing on his nutsack. The Queen's gynecologist, Dr. Furberger, hunted the dildo into extinction. Sex with over 1,000 vehicles. Dipping a finger in a jar of water.
Farts, and then we go back in the house.
The Prince of Penis. Prince Albert. You know how much poop is in that river? We've hunted the dildo to extinction.
I find that hard to believe.
You grab my bleep. Showing chicks pictures of his wiener. I'm a wiener. I take out my bleep and I lean over and whisper, "You want this?"
Like 50 Shades of Grey.
It's 50 Shades of wiener. Still holding your hair, now standing. I take my other hand and bleep your bleep. It's bleep. Really bleep. First your bleep, and then bleep. My bleeps start slapping your bleep. Your bleep is asking for it. In front of a mirror. I want to see your face and feel your bleep spasm as I bleep within your bleep. Oh my God, you have no idea how much I like that.
This is the Dean Blundell Show. 102.1.
It's time for What Happened. Best confess. Alex.
Yes.
What happened? Hey, what happened?
What the happened?
Okay, so basically I was about 17 years old, and it was about 8 o'clock on a Friday night, and my buddy stopped by my house and said, "Hey, you want to go to a party?" I said, "Let's do it." Packed my backpack full of beer, walked about 4 steps out of my driveway, and a cop pulled over to the side of the road, and he goes, "Excuse me, what's in the knapsack?" And I said, "Oh, it's my clothes. I'm going to my brother's house for the night." And he goes, No, why don't you open up the backpack?" And I said, No, I'm good. I'm all right. I think I'm just going to keep on walking to my brother's. So he leaned in and he smacked my knapsack, and a bunch of beer bottles clinked together, and he said, "You're going to have to open that knapsack." So I opened up the knapsack, and sure enough, he saw the beer. I got a $120 drinking ticket, and I was not very pleased, but this is not the end of the story. I was not very smart, and instead of going home, I thought, you know what? I'm going to continue on my trek to this party, and I'll have friends there.
That's terrible. That's an awful story.
I don't even think it's true.
It's so boring. What an awful swing.
Yeah.
Go for the fences, people. Come on. Sam.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
What the happened?
What happened?
Okay, so all my friends are going to Wasaga. My boyfriend hates beaches. Eventually, my female ways persuaded him to come. And anyways, we got drunk like everyone does in Wasaga. We decided to go skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Whatever, skinny dipping, having fun. But when we got back, he was hurting in his lower region.
His wiener hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of weirded out. I was like, okay, dude, whatever.
Yeah, we don't need the likes and okays.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Sunny day.
Do it, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, it was the next morning. It was swollen and red and.
It is every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. But anyways, we took a cab to the hospital and waited the nice 6 hours in emergency. And once we finally got there, it was they found out he had an infection in
the pee hole. Did he have a pee hole infection?
It was the foreskin area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's dirty.
Unclean.
Yeah.
He doesn't clean it well, does he?
I don't know how those things work.
Lucky you.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. That was
almost as
whacking off with a cheese grater. Painful but slightly amusing.
And results.
Steve.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
All right, well, I was dating this girl.
What happened?
So I was dating this girl a little while back, and, we were getting it on, and she was giving me a little bit of face love, mouth love. And then when the time came, naturally, I, pressed it down her head, and her reflex were to bite down.
Tap.
Yeah, so she bites down and results in 8 stitches, and I go to the hospital. The worst part is I see my teacher there who's waiting for something to do with a heart issue. So I'm sitting there holding the towel down there, bleeding like crazy, and it resulted in 8 stitches.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't the greatest, so you don't, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, you should, no teeth, man. Hi, Alex.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Dundas right now.
What happened? Hey, what happened?
What the happened?
I was 18 or 17 in Brantford, and me and my buddy were going around stealing stuff from neighborhoods. And there was a college party.
What kind of stuff?
What age were you? We go car to car,
you just be swiping things out of people's cars, like loose change and sunglasses and stuff like that. Oh, GPSs. Yeah, that's a big one.
Aiming high.
Yeah. But, there was a college party in the basement.
And where was this?
This was in Brantford.
Okay, Alex in Brantford. Go ahead.
Well, there was a college party in the basement, and I took the TV from the upstairs while there was...
How old are you now?
Guys. I'm 19 now.
So that was last year?
That was 2 years ago, yeah.
Oh, okay. So Alex from Brantford 2 years ago, who was stealing GPSs out of people's cars in Brantford. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. You want to hang on the line?
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. He hung up. Hey, Ben.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man.
So
what happened?
So this summer's been pretty good to me. I had a couple girls on the go, I'm a single guy or whatever. So anyway, I'm seeing a few girls. One of them calls me up last week, tells me she's pregnant. So that day I'm obviously a bit frustrated, it's not serious. So I'm trying to talk her out of it. She's considering keeping it or whatever. So that day, whatever, not thinking about it, I was all frustrated. I ended up back in my car and ripping the front end of it right off on somebody's car, leaving a local pub anyway in my town. And then on top of that, she goes to the doctors and she to confirm the pregnancy, and she calls me back and tells me that I gave her chlamydia. So
wow,
yeah,
what a day! That's a trifecta. So in one day, you wrecked your car, got chlamydia, gave a girl chlamydia, and knocked the girl up.
Yeah, and then I spent the entire next day calling all these other girls and telling them that I gave them chlamydia as well.
How much fun was that?
That was it was quite great.
Did anybody yell at you? Did the girls get upset? Or did any of the girls go, don't worry about it?
Well, I tell you, I'm not. My phone's not ringing off the hook this week. I tell you that much.
Yeah, no kidding. Hang on a second. Jesus. Eddie.
Yeah, I made some quick ones for you. One of those, I hurt my wiener when I was 8. My mom had a bunch of friends. I come running down the stairs. I got it caught in the zipper. She got it out for me, and then she asked a stupid question of, how did you do that? And so I turned around to show her, and I got it again.
You should.
Picked up my wiener. Right in front of all of her friends, man.
That's funny. How did you get your wiener stuck in your zipper? Oh, just like this.
It's the Dean Blundell Show. Head for the hills. 102.1 The Edge.
This is your Edge. Hold it. Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Hey.
How you doing? Hey, how you doing? A couple taken into custody over the weekend after an officer alleges that he found them in the airport engaged in a sexual act. Tulsa, Oklahoma police arrested Jasmine Mundell, close to my name almost.
Yeah, rhymes.
And John Phillips, each one count of outraging public indecency. You know it was bad if it was outraging.
Yeah, maybe they weren't the best looking people.
That wasn't public, that was outraging. Both taken into custody at the Tulsa International Airport early on Sunday morning. According to the booking report, an officer was sent to the airport in reference to a suspicious vehicle.
Package?
Yeah, vehicle.
Oh.
Parked before the arrival. He's advised both suspects were engaged in sexual activity. I could see that Mundell was leaned over with her head in the lap of Phillips, and her head was going up and down.
Huh.
What's that?
She was saying yes.
Yeah.
She was agreeing with him.
The officer described in the arrest report, Phillips was located in the driver's seat while the lady was in the passenger seat engaging in the act of you-know-what. When I observed them, the officer asked them how much they had to drink. They said several beers. Good for them. When asked why they were doing that, he said they were trying to join the Mile High Club.
Just one.
You got to get in the plane
problem,
first.
Yeah.
You can't do it at the airport. They weren't even going to fly anywhere. They literally went to the airport to join the Mile High Club by doing that in a car. They figured if you do that in a car, you're in the Mile High Club, even if you're around an airport.
That's more like the Sea Level Club. Not quite as impressive.
Yeah. Florida guy bottled up by cops after walking into a drugstore and ranting about the beverage selection before rearranging the store to his satisfaction. Dick Lloyd, what a great name, Dick Lloyd, initially walked into a Walgreens, demanded a refund for a bottle of Coke, but was told that the beverage in question hadn't even been sold there. Didn't seem to faze the 60-year-old, who informed the cashiers, "This is what you need to sell, and I want my money back," after he started yelling obscenities. He then did the always classy, showed her his penis.
Oh, it's always the next move, eh?
Yeah, that's just one of those things I'll never understand. How guys think they can go to the park in a trench coat and pick up chicks by opening it up with nothing on. And then another guy, I've never been angry or drunk enough to go, "Oh yeah? Well, here's my penis.
Maybe this will change your mind.
And if you don't change your mind, I'm showing you my butthole." That's when he got arrested. An intruder in Indonesia made it past a burglar alarm, but was stopped in his tracks by the sound of a hungry baby, so he stopped to feed the baby before he fled. That's a nice guy.
Aww.
Dude was captured a few hours after he robbed the house, but while he was robbing the house, he heard the baby cry. That's when he went into the kitchen and he grabbed a baby bottle full of milk, and he went in and fed the baby. The dad took pictures of him feeding the baby, which is how he got caught. Would you let the guy? I would let that guy go.
Me too.
Hey,
He's got a heart.
Thanks for doing that, man. Yeah. I really appreciate it. And an Iowa man may not have a leg to stand on after being arrested for assaulting a one-legged senior citizen.
That's pretty low.
Gerald Navarre is accused of pushing the old guy off his scooter.
He didn't have a chance.
And shouting at him, calling him an old bitch as he writhed on the ground.
Peg leg, bitch.
Oh, man. Dude's been arrested several times on harassment charges for randomly confronting people and pushing them off scooters. as his alter ego, Captain Save-A-Ho.
What?
Yeah. He said he has dedicated himself as the official protector of Iowa's women. He didn't explain why he chose to go after the unidentified victim, although he did reportedly call the man disrespectful as he stood over him. Allegedly, the old guy called the woman a name, the old guy with the one leg, and that's when Captain Save-A-Ho sprang to action to protect this woman's, her integrity and push the one-legged 80-year-old off his scooter. I just wanted to. I would like watching that guy try and stand up.
Wait, what do you? He must have awesome arm and chest muscles.
Oh, the dude in the wheelchair,
yeah,
the dude with the
one-legged guy.
I would sell tickets to that. Hey, watch this guy stand up.
Why don't you help him, Captain Save-A-Ho? No.
Those are your Edgefiles, whatever the hell day it is, in July of the year 2013.
The Edgefiles on 102.1 The Edge.
Bored, lonely, hard up. Use your free hand and follow the boys on Twitter.
At Dean Blundell Show.
The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1
The Edge.
A real pleasure and honor to have animator, producer, director of The Simpsons, David Silverman is here, everybody. Nice to see you.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Is it really? I mean, you seem, you breeze in and you look great and you come in, there's this group of losers here. Is it okay so far?
It's fantastic. I'm confidentially a loser too. So.
Are you really?
Oh, yes,
wow,
yes,
good.
yes.
Now,
I lucked out. That's all.
Well, we'll break the myth here, because we wanted to find out a couple of things. But you're surrounded by guys that are animators, computer guys, comedy guys.
Right.
As a director, you directed and produced and wrote a whole bunch of Simpsons episodes?
Not writing so much. I mean, occasionally, writing gags, but directing animators and so forth.
How does that? We were wondering how that works. Every time I see an animation, it's just directed by, and no one's yelling cut. How does that work?
Well, you gotta direct the animators and the layout people to direct. You have to. Have consistent shots, like it's going to be a close-up, and then you widen out, and who enters from where, the blocking. Same thing. It's like someone has to direct it and also be consistent from cut to cut. Homer has to be standing here because in the next shot, Marge comes in and so forth, and and then figure out what's the lighting going to be like this, and
there's lighting in cartoons too.
Oh yeah, in terms of will it be shadowed in this scene?
Oh, light sources.
Light sources, and is it going to be dark? Is it going to be like a blue color primarily through this? Is it going to be bright daytime? Is it going to be raining and so forth? And it's
continuity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How did you get
storytelling? Yeah.
How did you get into the animation stuff? And not just the directing, but where did you start animating to get to where you are today?
I started when I was about 4. I mean, I was always interested in drawing, so it's just started from there, drawing and animating and love of cartoons and I guess it went from different and I started doing flip books and then started doing little movies, and then I ended up going to UCLA and studying animation there. And then,
where apparently you play the flaming sousaphone too, right?
Yeah, I didn't play it there, but the flaming sousaphone was a little later.
That was on Leno. You did
yes,
that on Leno.
I did that on Leno. That was
awesome.
That was very cool. Somebody saw me, I guess, on YouTube, and then you end up on Leno.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's right.
Read about this.
YouTube
True story.
Exactly.
Flaming sousaphone.
Well, it's not nice.
So,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, are you responsible for the famous rake scene in the Sideshow Bob?
No, I'm not. Rich Moore directed that episode, and just the famous rake scene was funny because you had this wide shot of him stepping on all these rakes are everywhere, and we just cycled it, and then we decided to cycle ad nauseum.
It just kept going and get funnier and funnier.
Yeah,
and it's you broke all the laws of comedy.
Well, I think that I might have been a George Meyer idea, is that you make it funny, and then it's okay. Now it's gone too far, and then you keep doing it, so you start laughing again.
So what now? Is David Silverman, producer, director of the Simpsons, a whole bunch of episodes, Treehouse of Horror, a whole bunch of those Treehouse of Horror,
yes.
They're the Halloween jobs that you do, which are always creative. Now, answer something for me. The beginning, like the opening credits, where it's always different, where they're piling in a fishbowl, or the couch falls through.
Yeah.
How many more of these can you keep coming up with?
As many as stars are in the heavens, I suppose.
Because this is over 20 years of every episode's different.
there's always something funny happening, so we can figure out something funny to do. It really started from the very beginning. Matt Groening remembered the old Dick Van Dyke Show, that sometimes when Dick Van Dyke would enter in the opening credits, he'll trip over the Automan and sometimes he'll walk around it. And that's sort of like, well, let's do a different couch gag. So we did 5 different couch gags for the first 13, and then now we do a different couch gag, I think, for every episode.
Yeah, and I wonder that. And then I also wonder, the opening credits when Bart's writing up what his stuff on the board. How do you keep coming up with those? You must have great writers.
Writers always think of something funny to write.
How many writers behind your each episode? So if you direct an episode, how many people contribute?
Usually, there's one writer who is responsible for writing the overall episodes, but there's like a 20-writer team that breaks into 2 different rooms for punching up gags and so forth. So I guess it can depend,
Now, when you sit there, take us through the process. Everybody sits around a table. You have an idea for like one episode. You sit around the table, and do they drink alcohol? Do they smoke drugs? No, none of that. It's all professional.
No. Yeah, we got to be professional. You can't do anything crazy like that. Maybe back in the old days, of radio.
Back in the Conan days,
they would do that. Exactly. No, I'm just thinking but TV was, at least the TV I was involved. It wasn't like that. Maybe that was another generation.
What's it like? Have you had a chance to work with any celebrity guest voices that have been on The Simpsons?
Oh yeah. It's been great. Just to a person, the celebrity guest voices seem to really enjoy doing the show.
Yeah,
and it's always I remember actually we had a table read, and it was the great director of a Grizzly Man was there, and he was like, I have an idea of doing the voice this way, and I said, sure, any way you like, sir. You're fantastic. So it's amazing how much they get into it. Zoe Deschanel's been on a couple of times. Is
she fun to work with?
She was great. She was so charming and so much fun to work with. The thing that really surprised me, and later she demonstrated because she won an Academy Award for it, when we worked with Anne Hathaway, that she was singing. I didn't realize she was a singer. And then,
yeah, she won it for Les Mis.
Yeah. And that was like 2 or 3 years earlier, she did a show where she was doing a lot of singing, and she was like, wow, fantastic.
Any celebrities you had do guest voices that you wouldn't have back, that you're like, you know what, that was a lot of work?
No, they're all very good. I think I said that right.
Well done. Well done. Well said. Well played.
Don't want to incriminate myself. Oh, did that go over the airs? Oh,
yeah.
I thought you had a silence.
David Silverman, director of The Simpsons, really appreciate it. I know you got to bail because you got to be the keynote speaker upstairs in like 8 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Probably should do that.
You're so cool about it.
I have no idea what I'm going to talk about.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'll talk about keys and notes.
Oh, do it. You should. David Silverman, everybody.
Thank you very much
for coming in.
Okay, here you go. The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1.
Yeah. Joining us in studio, one of my favorite guests of all time, the biggest male porn star in the world, Voodoo Pornstar.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
And he's bilingual.
Yes.
What is that? Is that Portuguese? Is that what you're doing?
That was a little Spanish.
You speak Spanish?
Yeah, because I lived in California for 15 years. You have to speak Spanish.
Do you really? Did you just pick it up, or is it easy because you got a little Portuguese in you?
I got a little Portuguese in me, so it's pretty easy to pick up.
How are you? How you been?
I'm good.
Yeah? What have you been up to?
A lot of things.
Are you filming pornography still?
I am still filming pornography.
And what have you filmed recently? And when did you film? When was the last time you filmed pornography?
I think it was on Monday. With this girl, Amy Anderson, who's a local Torontonian who shoots for her website. And she's got big, fake boobies.
Does she really? How big?
Yeah. The size of your head. No joke.
Seriously?
No joke.
Did she get the ones that are like silicone, or did she get like the gummy? Like, do they look a little bit natural? Or
no, these
not
are
even close.
These are old school. She put some basketballs in her chest.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, they're hard, man. You can box these things.
Yeah, and you don't care, right? Like you real or fake boobs are boobs.
Yeah, they feel great.
Do they really?
Yeah.
So how big are they? Did you double D?
Your head,
H?
dude.
Really?
I'm not kidding, man.
Well, qualify it.
Well, how big's your head?
I don't know. I haven't measured a cup size. I've put a bra on my head.
I don't know.
Like a double D, triple D?
Yeah, somewhere like that.
Okay, so it was just you and her?
Yes.
And did you? How'd you find this one? Down at the bus station?
Yeah, on the TTC, of course. At Union Station.
How'd you bait this one?
I was selling one of my movies, and she walked up to me.
Seriously?
No, on Twitter.
You found her on Twitter?
Yeah, everything's on Twitter now.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
So what do you mean everything's on Twitter? Like this is how you find girls to film with?
Absolutely. In the last 3 years, I've found the love of my life on Twitter. I've found sexual encounters on Twitter. I've found you guys on Twitter.
Yeah.
Everything's on Twitter. It's
You're
crazy.
kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Even selling you've filmed, it's myMIPhonesex.com.
Yeah.
You sell videos from that, and that's all over Twitter too.
All over Twitter, I tell
So
people.
someone contacts you and says, I want this video. And
Yes.
All on Twitter.
All on Twitter.
I'm going to be here one day selling these videos all on Twitter.
On Twitter.
And you meet them like you go to the Bay Station on the subway and you meet them on the platform.
Absolutely. And I try to do it on the platform, so I only have to spend 1 token so I can get back to my house without paying again.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
That's why you're so loaded.
So you
Yes.
leave the house with 10 copies of your DVD, sell it for $100.
Yes.
And you're so
and
cheap.
I spend 1 token to get back home. That's how it's done, baby. That's how it's done.
Well, let's get back to the pornography. So you're still filming it.
Yeah.
What do you title the one? Is it your production company that's making the movie that you did the other day?
This latest one I just performed in is for this girl's website, amyandersonxxx.com, and she does little scenarios all over the city as well. And this latest one was kind of a fetish thing.
What was it?
Well, she was basically a dominatrix that lost control of her slave, and I was her slave, so I tied her up.
Did you wear a mask?
I did wear a mask.
Because you didn't want people to see you doing what you were doing, or just because it was the thing?
Just because it was the thing. And
did it have a zipper mouth?
It did not have a zipper. We should have you for our production manager.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, why not?
Because it gets shrapnel on me.
Oh, boy.
I've seen you move. You eat a lot of celery.
Shit and watermelon.
Does that make a difference?
Absolutely.
Too? Really?
You eat like a whole watermelon, it's like shooting 3 Viagras into your vein.
You're kidding.
A watermelon's the secret. Put the drugs down, people. Start eating the fruits.
No kidding.
I'm not
kidding. So what do you mean watermelon? It gives you more volume? It gives you more cc's?
Yeah, it just hydrates your blood. And
you don't spit out the seeds.
No, you don't.
Yeah, because that would hurt her big time. Feel like playing paintball with your wiener.
Derek's being naughty this morning. What'd you put in his coffee?
Watermelon.
Oh, man.
So you've been filming stuff, and do you still get do you get a lot of people on Twitter going, hey, you know what, we don't want to film, we just want to have sex with you?
Yes.
When did that happen last?
5 minutes ago in your green room. Some chick in Guelph, Ontario just
Are you
hit me up
serious?
and said, are you still in Toronto? I want your big, massive love inside of me. Your thick, juicy
They're
love.
so vague, eh?
Yeah,
you really got to read into that stuff
Yes.
between the
Really?
lines.
So she just and can you get threesomes? Have you had threesomes like that too?
Oh, yeah. I was just back in California celebrating my 1-year anniversary with my girlfriend.
There, and it's like no go because she just looks like the north end of a southbound camel.
Well, at that point, it's if the money talks. If
You'll
the
do whatever?
money's talking to
What
me,
if she's
yeah.
really gross?
Well, how much money are we talking about?
Like 10 grand.
Yeah, I'll do anything.
Is it less illegal when the money's more?
Is it less illegal if the money's
Like if
more?
it's a high price, like 50 grand or something like that, does that suddenly become just a transaction and not,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Most you ever got
horrid?
paid? Okay, most you ever got
20.
paid for a get 20, and that was the one you just told us about.
Yeah. That's good money, man.
Yeah, it's great money. Plus, it's Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
I mean, that is unheard of because do you know how many guys would give their life savings to do what you did and you got paid for it?
Right. What do you think about that? Dean Blundell.
Voodoo Pornstar, our guest. Where can people get you on Twitter?
At Voodoo Pornstar. You just said it. At Voodoo Pornstar. You can hire me to,
I get it.
pleasure your wife.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
What?
Can we quickly just talk about that German thing?
Yeah.
The German.
It's the same story.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All my
Bondage.
stories
Save
are
your story.
pretty much the
Fine.
same story.
Well, yeah,
Just insert country and...
Yeah, and German count instead of Brad Pitt and Countess.
Fair.
Instead of it.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we'll save that for
Too
another
many
day.
to count.
Love your stories. Love to see you. You're a great man. Good to see you. You're a good friend, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, Voodoo Pornstar. everybody.
The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1 The Edge.